Hello everybody. Hello everyone. How is everybody doing today? Good. This is my first time actually using this page. This is my first time using this page. So it's going to be new for everybody, and it's going to be new for me as well. I'm sorry, I'm getting my lighting. Y'all just go ahead and press, click share and invite people over. I'm really trying to get my lighting. I am so sorry. Invite people over. And click share. This lighting, like, I'm gonna have to work on this. I'm gonna have to work on this and just buy, I'm just gonna buy a new ringer. Yeah, but our topic today is on absentee fathers. Absentee fathers. If you were raised in a home where your father was there but wasn't really there, or you were raised in a home where he didn't really instill a lot of discipline, where he didn't act like a father, or if you were raised in a home where your father wasn't even your friend, you know, you just couldn't relate to him. I am really, really sorry about all these light problems. Like, I'm just gonna leave it like this. So if you were raised in a home where there was just so much drama with your father, like your father was gaslighting, or your father was dismissive, or your father was an alcoholic, or he beat you a lot. And I'm not just talking about the type of beating that's for discipline, but beat you with anger to where you were bleeding and your body was swollen. And like, he hardly would have a conversation. He would just beat you. You know, if you suffered from domestic violence, or you watched your father beating your mother, or he never paid for your tuition, you always had to beg him for money. He never had money. You know, if you had a father who gave to other people but didn't give to you, all of that is an absentee father. So when people hear absentee father, they just figure that it's about a father who was absent. But it's not just about a father who is physically absent, but about a father who was emotionally absent. Okay, it's about a father who was emotionally absent. Please go ahead and tell me where you're watching from, and then please click share. This show is Bear with OMENESA. That's B-A-R-E with OMENESA, because I know that it sounds like B-E-A-R. So Bear with OMENESA. And this is pretty much a show where we talk about the intricate things of life. You know, like, we talk about divorce, and we talk about rape, and we talk about abuse, and we talk about really, really deep stuff. It is not a religious group. This is just a gathering, you know, of where I just want to encourage somebody. Okay, so I use a lot of my life stories, a lot of my experiences to encourage somebody. So please go ahead and please do not eat alone. Hi, Shamika. Thank you so much for being here. Like I said, this is my first time using this particular page to do this. Hello, Flora. God bless you, and thank you so much for being here. We are talking about absentee fathers today. That's what we are talking about, and I am trying to see where I wrote in the introduction. Shamika, if you could please do me a big favor. Can you please, everything that I wrote in that introduction, if you could just post it here, I would really, really appreciate it. Because I don't know how to scroll up to get it. I don't know how to scroll up to get it at all. This is kind of different from what I'm used to. Yeah, this is different from what I'm used to. Did I just disappear? My gosh. Yeah. Okay. So we are talking about absentee fathers. And if you were following me on my other page, you would see where I wrote the types of fathers. And I'm waiting on Shamika to please post. Somebody please just post like the introduction that you see up there in the video. If you could just post it here as one of the comments, I would really, really appreciate it. Because for some reason, I don't know how to get out of that. I don't know how to get out. Like, I don't know how to view that at the same time. I don't know how to view that at the same time. So Shamika, I am waiting on you as I share this story. Okay, so now my father, Bishop Ben Aruma, my father was a father. And when I say was, like, he still is a father, but of course, like, I'm talking about when I was younger. Because now, like, the roles have changed, right? Like, the older our parents get, like, the roles just reverse. You know, but I remember when I ran away from home, and this was a long time ago. This was this was a long time ago. It was I think it was like 2004, or like it was just a very long time ago, or 2006. But anyway, I had ran away from home and switched off my phone and everything. And I remember my father leaving millions of messages on my phone. And when my phone was turned back on, like he was calling a million times. And I was just so bitter, and I was very, very angry at some things that was going on in my home. And I was just angry like everybody else. Like those of you who have dealt with childhood issues, like I dealt with childhood issues too. And I was raised in a pastor's home, so I had a lot of complexities to deal with, you know. And I remember that my father called and called and called. And one day I just picked up the phone and I answered him. And I was like, what is it, Dad? Like, what is it? You know, I was just so miserable. And he said, please, where are you? Where is my baby? Where are you? He wasn't thinking about his own rights and about how he is upset. He wasn't thinking about that. Shamika, please, I'm waiting on you to please send me the introduction that's on there that says types of fathers, please. Because I wouldn't be able to go on without that. So if you could please just post it on here, or whoever is watching, if you could just post that on here, please. Mr. Lehman, Elamai, if you can post it on here, please. I just need the types of fathers to be posted as a comment here, please. And so my dad was like just calling and calling and calling. And he was like, where are you? And so I told him where to meet me. Of course, I didn't tell him exactly where I was, but I told him that we could meet at a restaurant. And we got there, and my dad was in tears. You know, like he wasn't thinking about culture and how, and you know, how I walked out on him and how I ran away and, you know, and how this and how that. No, he was focused on the fact that he was about to lose his child. You understand? Like my dad was focused on the fact that he was about to lose his child. So when your children start saying stuff like they're going to run away or they don't like you, listen, because there is something, like you have a blind spot. There is something that you're doing that's hurting them. So don't be so right. You know, oh, well, I put food on the table and I take you to school and I do this and that. No, like you're probably doing something that is hurting them. And so my dad was more concerned about whatever he was doing that was hurtful. That's where his head was. And he looked for me. He looked for me. And that's a father. Now that's a present father. He didn't care about him being right. All he knew is that for his child to run away from home, two things are happening. Number one, she is not happy. And number two, if I let her keep going, if I don't reconcile with my daughter, I'm going to lose her for sure. Shamika, are you there, please? I really need this post. Oh, my goodness. Unfortunately, I don't know how to get the post, and I'm going to need it for what I'm doing. I'm just going to need it, and I'm just going to need it. Shamika, or whoever is watching me, can you please copy the introduction notes that are right there? Like, can you just copy it and paste it as a comment, please? Because those are my notes, and for some reason it's not coming up on this page, but it usually comes up on my other pages. So I kind of took that for granted. Otherwise, like, I'm just going to have to shut this program down and we'll do it another day because I can't do it without the notes. It says types of fathers. Shamika, are you there? And I'm running out of juice on this phone. It wouldn't have been a problem if I already had the notes, because I was just going to go straight to the notes. Shamika, please, are you there? Okay. Okay. So there's no way that I'm going to be able to continue without those notes. I'm talking about absentee fathers, and we have the alcoholic fathers, and we have the fathers who dismiss you, and we have the fathers who are single fathers, and we have the fathers who divorce the mom and they just completely cut off from the child. We have the toxic fathers. Shamika, please, if you are there, can you please paste the types of fathers, the notes, or anybody who is watching? You don't have to look for it. It is right there. Like it's above the video. It's right above the video. It's right above the video, and it says types of fathers. Like it's right in those notes. It's in the notes that's attached to the video. So I'm just going to encourage you with this. So I'm just going to take this as part 1, okay? And I would have to, and I would just have to come another day to discuss further. But I'm going to tell you this. You came into this world alone, and you're going to die alone. So you're going to have to learn how to live alone. So the fact that your father was not there, I am very, very sorry. We need to tackle this topic about an absentee father, because when you were raised with an absentee father, you tend to run towards men. You start looking for a father in your life, like you cling, and it's very, very hard for you to detach from people because you have what we call a father wound. You have a father wound, you know? And so you have to recognize all of that. Is either you cling on to men like way too much, or you don't even trust men because you had a father who you couldn't trust. But I came to tell you that you can become your own father. See, now when you were raised in a dysfunctional home, thank you so much, Diana. God bless you. Thank you so, so much. However, I don't see the types of fathers in the post that you just sent me because it stopped at the graphics. It just stopped at the graphics. So yeah, we're going to have to do this another day. Because what you just posted now stops at the Benjamin edit. It just stopped at the graphics. Like it didn't give me the types of fathers. So I just know to have it next time. So you tend to cling onto men, or you tend not to trust men at all. You have father issues. You have a father wound. So this is just an introduction to that. I'm going to come back. I would see to it maybe tomorrow, but if I'm not here tomorrow, definitely next week Tuesday. Definitely next week Tuesday at the same time. I will be here. Actually, no, not at the same time. Next week Tuesday at 12. Actually, yes, it is the same time. I am so sorry. So 2 p.m. USA time, I will be here. Next week, 2 p.m. New York time, I will be here. This is the introduction to absentee fathers. This is the introduction to absentee fathers. If you were raised in a dysfunctional home where your father was there but wasn't there, or where your father didn't pay for your tuition, your father beat you, like your father didn't care whatsoever, I want you to realize that your father has his own issues, and he too wasn't raised with a father. Or maybe he was raised with a father, but I'm telling you, people only give what they have. That's just the gospel truth. People only give what they have. So I'm sorry that you are hurting. I am sorry that your father was not there, but you can become your own father. Okay? Write down everything that a father is supposed to do. Write down everything that a father is supposed to do and give that father to yourself. You understand? Protect yourself, love yourself, feed yourself, give yourself money. Those are things that a father does. A father says, I love you to a child. A father looks for you when you are in trouble. Like I told you the story about me and my dad. When I ran away from home, my father was not thinking about who was right. My father was thinking about how he could get me back home. So get yourself back home. When you feel that you are lost, get yourself back. When you feel that you are so angry that you want to check out, Pull yourself back. Become your father. This is part 1 of Absentee Fathers, and I'm going to be back next week, Tuesday at 2 p.m. New York time. So just go ahead and Google based on your region so you would know what time it's going to be. I think 2 p.m. in Nigeria will be 7 p.m. Okay. And in the UK as well, or maybe it's going to be 6 in the UK. I don't know, but please go ahead and click all the notifications on this page, because this is where it's going to be. Absentee Fathers Part 2 will be coming next week. But for now, I want you to understand, okay, that your father only gave what he knew. Please go ahead and forgive him and become your father. Okay, your father only gave what he knew. Please go ahead and forgive him and become a father to yourself. Become a father to yourself. What does a father do? He loves, he gives, he feeds, and he protects. And he is present. So be present to yourself. Do not neglect yourself. Don't run away from yourself. Don't divorce yourself. Okay. Don't check out and don't beat yourself up. Okay. All of those things that your father did to you, make sure that you do the opposite to yourself. Because I'm telling you, somebody who was raised without a father has a very, very high propensity to become a worse parent. Okay, because they haven't been healed, or they have the tendency of giving way too much because they're trying to compensate. Their relationships are messed up, and their perspective is really, really messed up because the number one person who was supposed to be there for them was not there. The number one person who was supposed to be there for them raped them. The number one person who was supposed to be there for them did not provide for them, did not pay their tuition, did not feed them. So I am so sorry that you're dealing with a father wound. Next week, we will talk about the types of fathers in extension. And I just want you to love on yourself.